Move on to our last story for the day. After a long period of agitations by telecom operators for an increase in tariff, the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has finally introduced new tariff plans for the industry. Findings reveal that the approval by the regulator was also followed by new pricing rules. According to a document signed by NCC Executive Vice Chairman Dr. Aminu Maida, according to the Commission, the guidance shall take effect on July 29, 2024 and will remain valid and binding on licenses until further reviewed by the Commission. The document provides stricter pricing rules for tariff plans, add-ons, bundles, bonuses, promotions, top-ups, and other elements that provide subscribers access to voice, data, SMS, and other services delivered by telcos in Nigeria. Of course, I still have with me Ibrahim Garba from our Abuja studio. And of course, let me quickly get on with my guest in the studio, Babatunde, quickly. Now, Nigerians to pay more for calls as NCC approves new tariff plan for telcos. How do you react to this in this present time?
Okay, for me, if anything like that is actually bringing up, I'd rather say that that's going to be like an insensitivity on the plight of NCC. Okay. But I'm yet to probably conclude on if that is actually the truth, because I was actually being on their Twitter handle, and Dr. Aminu Maida actually debunked that it was a fake story. So I wouldn't probably want to preempt anything. But he said that it's actually fake and everything. And what they are trying to do basically is to ensure that the telcos just have a maximum of about 7 tariff plans. And then what the tariff plan basically is like a pricing scheme where the pricing and the rules and conditions where the telcos actually provide, services to their subscribers and everything. And that's what they are trying to do. That they are doing that for the sake of transparency and for the sake of accountability. That they discovered that most of these telcos have some hidden agendas, some hidden charges and everything. So they want them to come bare. So I want to believe that's actually what it is, based on what is happening on their Twitter handle. But for any increment in any tariff at this point in time, I would rather say it is highly insensitive of any government agency. For 2 weeks ago, for example, one of the agencies, I think NAMA, was trying to increase tariff with about 800%, something about 50,000, where airline operators pay. Then they want to move it to about probably 450 or thereabouts. It was the presidency that actually gave it the halt. That please don't do that now. This is at the point in time that we are fighting that this same administration is bearing the brunt of subsidy removal. Electricity tariff is over there. People are talking about, I just said it earlier, that inflation rates as of June was about 34.19%. Food inflation is now 40.18 and thereabouts. And you're now saying you want to increase, is like they say in Ghana, Charlie, that is very insensitive.
All right, Ibrahim Garba, quickly. Now, the NCC orders that every subscriber must be on a tariff plan and no subscriber can be on more than one tariff plan at a time. Is this ideal, knowing people can choose to be on certain tariff plan to be able to use their network?
Look, Mike, I don't like this unnecessary ambush, by some, MDAs and all that. It's not too long we are coming from the electricity tariff issues Nigerians are battling with. It's not too long we are still battling with the fuel subsidy issue where Nigerians are finding it hard to pay for, fuel and all that. Now you are trying to impose. Since the inception of this telecom in Nigeria, Nigerians have been paying heavily, right from per second, per minute, and all that. So Nigerians, to me, we are like under siege in the hands of some very few people dictating the pace of governance. I don't think Mr. President will support this. We are just coming up, we're still battling the protests and other issues and all that affecting the nation. We are battling poverty, hunger, and all these things. What are those social safety nets that we're enjoying from the federal government? Then the NCC again. I think it's time for Mr. President to take a look at the NCC. I've been talking about this NCC for a long time now. Take a look at the NCC. Are they not generating money? NCC is generating money per minute, per second. But once in a while, I am personally calling on Mr. President to take a deeper look at the operations of the NCC. Nigerians have been silent on these issues. If you are making us to pay more tariff, what are those, what is the revenue coming from NCC? Why is it that Nigerians are very silent on NCC? Mr. President, the National Assembly are silent on NCC. Now you are coming to impose more tariff on Nigerians. No, you can't take us for granted. I'm not comfortable with this type of ambush. They are making these things very difficult for Nigerians across the board. So together we must condemn these issues. We must condemn this intent by the NCC by imposing more tariff on Nigerians. I don't support that, Mike.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, as it is right now, the news we're hearing is the NCC are denying that they're actually increasing tariffs. So apparently this is a conversation that has been brewing, and we needed to just bring to the fore to ask if this is the right time to do it. Now, in 20 seconds, Mr. Garba, quickly, you did say that communication happens to be an issue in this government, and that if they can properly deliver communication to people, maybe things will be a bit, sane. Now, from your perspective, in 10, 15 seconds, what do you think the president can do to rally everybody around to be on the same page so that whatever policies that will be driven out now will be people-friendly?
Look, Mike, government need to be transparent. Being transparent means that every action of the government should trickle down to the lowest sector. The media should be very much engaged, because right now, all this information being rolled out by Mr. President today, we are not seeing them in the public domain. So the media handlers, especially coming down to the Minister of Information, should do more. Federal government should vote more, rather deploy more resources to the ministry so that Nigerians can know exactly how this government is moving, because there's a huge disconnect. And all this back and forth between the ministry, the media assistants and the opposition, that is not what we need right now. We need a synergy, and we need to think what we can do now to market the Nigerian brand. That is my major concern. So there's a huge disconnect, and we need to begin to improve on our communication of Mr. President's intent. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim Garba, Media and Communications Analyst. Thank you for coming on the show this evening.
Thank you.
All right. Of course, Babatunde Ogunjoran, thank you so much for actually coming, and appreciate your presence.
You're welcome.
All right, and that's our show for today. Remember, you can actually follow the conversation on our social media platforms at TVC News NG or on our website at tvcnews.tv. I am Mark Otabo, and until next week, bye.